There we go. Oh my god. Hello, QC2P. Carla, thank you. Thank you, Peter. I don't know why that was like that. Peter, you're repeating it. I understand, Peter, but now it's fixed. Got it, Peter. So I lost a little bit of time doing that. I lost about a second being distracted by trying to fix the mic, but I think we're okay. Sorry that I messed up there while we were following, but I recognized we had no sound and like immediately was trying to understand what I needed to do. Looks like we're okay now. Behind me is Jose Serrano, one of the best drivers in the game. I only just realized that's his alt account recently. One of the fastest guys possible behind me. First gear could not have been so bad there because I got a better launch than he did, it seems. He's in the R8. My day's going great. What's up, Susu? Oh my god. We haven't seen you in a while, man. I remember when the day you subscribed, I remember really clearly like being honored you showed up here. How are you, bro? Baptiste, hello. I will try my best to stay ahead of Serrano for you, Baptiste. Not gonna last long, I don't think. I'm gonna start using first gear every time. First gear was so good last time. Surprised I missed the apex that time, but just second. Also, Baptiste and anybody else watching, there are 2 streams going on. If you want to watch full screen, there is a full screen and a vertical stream. There's 2 of them. AED did a super chat. Super chat, thank you. First super chat of the stream right there from AED. I'm gonna let Baptiste go now because I've made too many mistakes. The chances of the R8 holding me up are minimal. So happy to let him by. Very unlikely for him to hold me up whatsoever. What's up, WRX? Hello, Lussman. Hello. Welcome, guys, just joining. Welcome, everybody. This is my first race of the day. This is my warm-up, too, sort of. My warm-ups are always the first race that I do. Thank you so much for the 36 AED from Fares Al-Masri for the best YouTube channel name. So nostalgic, best days. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of San Andreas, especially. Ooh, held it. Touched the grass there. I remember the day that I bought San Andreas in 2004. I took the day off school. I was in middle school. I was like, nope, we ain't going today. believe it came out around the holidays. And when GTA 6 arrives, we will definitely be streaming GTA 6. I want to stream some San Andreas Remastered and some GTA 5 before 6 gets here and start my GTA streaming career here early. Yeah, WRX, I had to. Like, certain games, I think it's justifiable to, like, skip work and skip school. Like Zelda. I think Zelda Breath of the Wild, my close friend took a whole week off work as an accountant to play Breath of the Wild that first weekend. I can't blame him. Breath of the Wild holds up as one of the best games that came out in the last 10 years, I'd say. So he picked a good one for that one. He chose well. Breath of the Wild, certainly worth it. I would say, like, a Gran Turismo 8 would be worth it. That's worth a week. Gran Turismo 8 certainly would be worth it. WRX, I wouldn't be too worried. GTA 6 and Rockstar know if that game's not perfect, that people won't like it and they'll fail. So they're gonna make sure people like it. They're gonna make sure anything people don't like is gone. Because they can't afford for that game to do badly. And we've seen how certain games have disappointed people and been shut down within a month. In the last 6 months, there's been a few games that were very well known and talked about that had a horrible launch and they're gone already. It's not like that can't happen to even a game like GTA if they're going to be stupid. So I think they recognize that. The current climate, you better make your customers happy when it comes to the gaming community. Because they will let you have it. So I'm pretty confident if there's something that's really outrageous that they're trying to do, they will take it out. They're not going to be able to do anything too crazy without the community letting them know. You're doing Gran Turismo Sport? I love Gran Turismo Sport. I love that game. My favorite Gran Turismo besides this one, I think this one's even more special to me because of YouTube and everything. This one really has changed my life as well as been a lot of fun. Made me a lot of cool friends. So this is going to be my favorite forever just because of YouTube and how this one got me off the ground. This one helped literally make this a career for me. And I'll never forget that. So Serrano is, I think, by the car ahead of him. He's just now getting past Serrano. I feel a lot more comfortable than a few laps ago. I feel now like I'm not in danger of crashing. I feel a lot more smooth with my driving. It also has to do with the fuel going down and the tires warming up. But now that we've been racing a little bit, I feel much more warmed up than I did coming in cold, like I always do. It's part of the plan to come in cold every day. Really should get some more 32 laps. Once I'm really warmed up, it should be 32 every single lap almost. 32.8 every lap, 32.9 every lap is what we really need to be aiming for. At a minimum. Yeah, if I'm coming in too fast, first gear is not going to hurt me too bad. I was coming in about 2-3 miles per hour too quickly there, and was probably going to slide if I didn't go to second, or go to first, I mean. I didn't lose too much. I think the draft is the reason I lost an extra 10th more than anything. First gear is not going to hurt me if I need it to help me slow down. You've already pitted, so I don't need to worry about that. I've never done a proper time trial session here. I haven't had like time to like sit down and set lap times. Maybe we'll do that after a few races. We'll take one off and set a lap in. Not yet though. Because I would like to start near the front, and I know I can put like a 32.2 or 3 probably really quickly. Wouldn't take me too long to get like 0.3 or 0.2. That would probably be 10 minutes or less. To go further, I would need more time. When I'm offline though, I don't usually get on and set time trial. It's going to be while I'm online streaming if I'm going to do it. Yeah, the McLaren F1 in Sport was a little faster than in here with the BOP. In here, it's not one of the good cars to pick, but back then it was actually good in straights. And sometimes it's actually good in this game, once in a while. There's a combination where it's not terrible. But it used to actually have, like, a purpose. It used to be one of the fastest in a straight line. It's no longer doing that. Saw that. I think Serrano's still not that far ahead. He's only a second ahead of us right now. So maybe that R8 in the long gear is giving him a hard time. He's usually a little faster. I saw him earlier this week in the Ferrari looking very quick. Made me want to pick the Ferrari. So he's running 0.5s in it, 0.4s in the race. I'm not going to go for it. There's not much of a run. I'd really be sending it if I went for that one. And there's just not enough of a run for me to want to do it. That easily could have been a move, but again, I think it might slow us down. And if I had more speed coming up on him, maybe I would have changed my mind there. Hello, Jordan. Jordan Man is back. Good to see you guys. I'm doing great. I had a great week. Took a few days off of streaming. I'm just really tired and stuff. after the Monday overnight stream, I think it does affect my whole week when I do that. Worth it, but it kills my week a little bit when I do a Monday stream. I definitely do feel more tired after doing that the rest of the week. No matter how I arrange it. My body's not used to it yet. If I'm going to do Monday streams during the school year, I have to really find a way to adjust and make it easier on my body. Final lap. I didn't even realize it's final lap now. Oh, look at the Dutch driver. The Dutch driver swinging across the track. Gonna make it so I get a lot closer with his battling. I think the last corner is probably our best bet. Hello, Viking Racer. How's Eric B doing? I haven't seen his channel in a little bit. Hope he's doing well. Hope you're doing well also. I was lining it up just in case. Not much you can do at this track. You have to really be patient and pick your spots. I think last corner is all we got. Last corner's best shot at getting an exit, and sending it anywhere else would require a lot of risk, and my first race I'm not doing that just yet. Needed a little more slipstream there. Oh, he's playing LMU. People have been asking me a lot about LMU. I probably will play it sometime in October when I get a PC. I'm looking to get a PC before October's here, and then by the middle of October, probably gonna try it. Is there a reason you are feathering in every corner? Craw, I think it's just my driving style. And when I'm less warmed up, which I'm coming in really cold, there was no warm up here. When I'm not warmed up, even more so, my bad habits and my driving style stand out, where you'll see a lot of weird throttle inputs where I'm overlapping brake and throttle. I am feathering a lot. There are people who compare my throttle technique to Senna, trying to be kind to me, but I'm actually not doing things correctly. I do a lot of feathering. Well, it'll be here soon enough, 3 a.m. And you know what? Black Friday, more than ever, is like not what it used to be. There are big deals on certain things, but not everything. I think sometimes Black Friday, people wait and wait and wait, and they think, oh, I'm going to get the best deal. And then the retailers surprise you like, psych, we're not going to give you a huge deal, but we know you're going to buy it because you've been waiting all year. And I've seen that 2-3 years in a row where the sales are not what you expect. Because they know you're going to buy it anyway. They know it's like you're weak to buy it. The psychology of Black Friday is interesting. Certain things definitely are cheaper, like a PlayStation membership, an iRacing membership, way cheaper, definitely worth waiting. There will be deals, but they sometimes aren't as good as they used to be. I remember, like, back in the day, Black Friday was like, there were like, like stampedes of people because the deals were so hot. And that's changed a lot, I think, now. Okay, no, I hear what you're saying, Craw. Craw said he's only been doing 4 months of sim racing. Yeah, if you're doing those kind of lap times, you're in great shape, Craw. You're a proper driver. You're not going to need a lot of adjustment to go fast if those are your early lap times. PS5 increased in price. Look at them. So they're going to increase the price so the sale is not as good. Look at that. QC2PE, my new sim rig just got delivered to my door this morning. Can't wait to see that bad boy up. Yeah, it takes a while to build it. I remember when I got the boxes for all this equipment, I'm like, okay, I have everything now. Let's build it for like 2 days straight. And like, you know, I knew even after 24 hours I wouldn't be done because there's so much fine tuning and adjustment to get things comfortable and the way you want it that it's never really over. You're going to be tuning and making it your perfect way for a long time. Thank you guys for the 18 likes to start my stream. 18 is what we got. And again, thank you to Faraz Al-Mazri for the super sweet comment and the super chat when he came in. He loves my channel name. Which, I mean, I should have told him. It's not even just like my channel name. It's my name. My name is Grove in real life. People don't know that always. But my actual real name is Grove, for those who don't know. I don't just call myself Grove Street just because. I've literally had people tell me I'm racist. And it's wrong for me to name my channel that because I'm like, what? It's my name. Don't be mean. I remember that one really clearly. It looks like my vertical stream's having a hard time again today. It doesn't make any sense. The last vertical stream was really bad. This one's looking, it's stuck on stupid again. It's broken again. Not gonna get any vertical stream viewers today, it seems. But maybe the horizontal will do better instead. Maybe they're like figuring out themselves still. We had so many like crazy vertical streams in a row. I'm like hoping they all do that, but they don't, it seems. Yeah, you didn't know that, Australand? My Czech name is Grove. My actual real name is Grove. Michael Grove. If I type in the chat, it'll even say my name here. Speak to us. Oh, it doesn't talk anymore.
Michael Grove.
There he is.
Said hi.
Michael Grove. Look, I'm gonna say it with my robot.
Michael Grove. Said yo Australian. Michael Grove. Said a hoach.
$22 likes now. We have 22 now. Thank you for the 22. Appreciate that, Terry. Appreciate that. I don't know why they're broken again. Like, it was working really, really good. My verticals. And now clearly not working how it's supposed to. So I'm really starting to get concerned that later tonight I might spend some time figuring out why they're not going big. The last one was not big. This one's looking like it's doing the same thing. Hello, Adio Amaral. Hello from Brazil. Boa tarde. Boa tarde. Bom dia. Where'd my water go? When I go in the pit, I'll grab it. It's on the other side. Thank you, Craw. Thank you, Craw. It's a very nice compliment. I mean, as long as I do my best here, I know I can always provide a good race. I just have to give my best, and that's usually the result. I'm decent at avoiding a lot of the stuff that happens on track that can slow you down. I'll see it coming for the most part. Hello, Benjamin. Hello, Benjamin. Good to see you. Sorry I've been gone for a few days, Benjamin. Just resting. I think the Monday streams, they take so much out of me. It's hard to have a normal week after doing that. The entry from the RCZ was too hot. There was nothing I could really do about it. Hopefully not going to get hit in the door here. If I was nervous about getting re-overtaken, I could jump into the pit right now if I was nervous. I'm losing slip so quickly that I am a little bit, even though he's not very close behind me, these two. They're not that close. I did not set my brake balance correctly. It feels like I'm on 0. It felt weird right there, the brake balance. The car was not turning the way I expected it to. Fonde made an aggressive move there, very aggressive. To get my radar on. And I may pit because it looks like we're just going to have so much traffic on this lap, it's not going to be worth staying out. This looks like traffic coming. Like 5 cars within a second ahead of me. Any gains we get from the draft will be canceled out if they're that close. One other car also saw what I felt. Fonde and his aggressive self thought, hey, I want to be aggressive and get some space. He also went to the pit. How do you cope with racing nerves and staying calm and not putting too much pressure or expectations on yourself? I would say, you know, while streaming, that becomes even harder, to be honest. What's up, Mike? The only way to control that and cope with that is just to race a lot. Put yourself in the stressful situations all the time, and it becomes where you're, you know, you're most comfortable after a while. And just remembering that staying calm is the key. Once you lose your cool, it's all that much harder. I think any sport is like that too, where if you're not calm, everything is much more difficult. Anything technical becomes very difficult if you're freaking out and you're not calm. So staying calm is the biggest, most important part. When I play soccer, I coach soccer too, but when I play, to do any of the really difficult skill moves, some Ronaldinho special skill moves, some Lamine Yamal dribbling moves, I can't be freaking out and thinking too much when I do it. I have to be really calm. And any of those difficult moves is possible, even while running full speed, as long as I'm relaxed doing it. Once I'm no longer relaxed and I try it, it's like automatic fail. Automatic. I have to be super calm. And all the hard stuff gets easier. I think about that a lot, and I try to tell that to players too, because I've always found I can't do the hardest things possible unless I'm like intentionally trying to be cool while I do it. Fonde giving us the benefits of the draft right now. Hopefully we can trust his driving. I've seen him drive all week. He's been doing a good job. Aggressive though. I think we are coming ahead of people right now that were behind us. Or similar spot actually. I think Campo was just ahead or just behind. Smog Baxter has arrived. Hello, Smog. Hello, Smog Baxter. Getting held up a little now. Just a bit. Hopefully they don't battle too much. little bouncy there, a little bouncy boy over the curbs. Combo and me have a decent relationship. He might dive it here. I don't know if he will. Not trying to defend it if he does. I don't like to defend a lot. As long as he doesn't slow me down, I really don't care. Only a small amount of time lost there. And I think if I defend, it could be a lot more. So maybe later we'll defend some more. Slight mistake there. I should be able to hold this. Slight bump on compo after I went for it on the brakes. I think the RCZ has some understeer he's dealing with. Now if he defends here, I'll just bump him. If not, maybe I'll do the same move back to him. Although it looks like my car's not as quick as the RCZ and I'm not going to catch him. I'm not really there to do it the way his car was. Ooh, contact there. Now we are battling, it seems, ahead. PIA, Payne, and Ifonde. France versus Italy ahead. That's almost an accident from these guys, not really being safe. That was a lot of movement. Under braking is what that was. From Payne. Payne did some movement under braking, it seemed. Hello, Morlock. Hello, Morlock. Oh, Lambo just lost it. Lambo lost it on the curb. That's why I love the Ferrari at this track. I felt the Lamborghini just felt a little more like a boat than I liked here. And it looked like he caught some understeer on the curb or something happened. I drove both of them this week here. I love the Ferrari more than Lamborghini at this track. Usually I'm a Lambo guy because I think it's just a better version of the Ferrari. But here, the boaty feeling of the Lambo comes out too much. Too many corners. Or something smaller and more agile is nicer. Oh my god, 3 AM said that was a Key move right there. Some dangerous driving. Yeah, I would call Key's driving dangerous for the most part. He's not really thinking about other people. You see me like not taking spots and being nice to people. I don't know if he does that. Even though I've watched him a long time, I'm not sure how much grace he has for other drivers. He does mind when people overtake him. I definitely don't. I don't care at all. I know I'm going to get my spot and be where I deserve to be at the end of the race no matter what. I already know. Oh, you like my thumbnail. Thank you, Peter Griffin. You mean my thumbnail. That was someone else's picture. I didn't take that one. I don't know where me and Payne are in the grand scheme here. I think we lost a lot of time with the battling that happened. I'm not sure where we're going to be on pit rotation. Wow, I almost followed him, like, out of bounds right there. Almost drove out of bounds. I don't want him to defend, I just want him to go fast. That's all I want. And it's tough when someone's right behind you because, as I've discussed recently, there is like a dirty air effect, slipstream effect from behind on the car in front, where like it's harder for him to go fast with me right behind him, messing up the air coming off his wing. Like it almost like feeds back. I've been learning about this. It's like a real life thing, supposedly, from what I've read in different manuals about real racing. The car from behind actually does affect the one in front a little bit. Based on the lap times, 31.1, 31.4, 33.6, 33.1, those really not that fast. Should be going quicker. Payne is quite good at the final sector. His best area of the circuit is that final sector, final half of the final sector. He shows his pace every time. Oh, welcome to Discord, Peter. Car coming out ahead, it's our friend Bark, the Saudi driver, who we've raced him a lot this week. He's really fast also. The Saudi ahead. I wonder if he's a Newcastle fan. A lot of news regarding Newcastle United today and Isak, the transfer saga of all transfer sagas. We should all try Isak at our jobs. If our jobs don't do what we want, we won't play. Won't play ball with them. See what happens. I'm sure Newcastle fans aren't happy about it. The whole situation. It doesn't help the club in any way for a player to do that. Disrespectful to the fans and everything, in my opinion. You don't really see things like that happen at Chelsea. There's been a few people who wanted to leave. I need a few really good laps of pushing and I can maybe get close enough to make a move. I'm comfortable following him, but I think it's time we really go for it. Gotta get a little closer. Here we go. showing me something now, a little bit. He finds a way to stay on the throttle more than me. I have to lift a little bit there. It doesn't seem like he does it like I do. We have two different techniques there. That was a better lap. That's the lap I needed right there. I'm going to have to give everything to catch him. We're in the same car and all that. I think this lap is a 32. I might get a pen. I definitely cut it way closer than I should have on the curb. Lucky not to get a pen. I thought I went straight over it. He's struggling. He's struggling right there. That's 2 laps in a row. He's totally ruined it. That right-hander before the hairpin's so fun when you get it right. It's like right on the limit of grip on it. The last 2 times. Another good last sector from our friend here. Another good last sector for him. He gets it right. He has the perfect line every time. The previous lap I followed him on the correct line. That time I didn't go far enough right before the final 2 left-handers. I was too close to the left side coming into it, and I had to lift more than him. Laps to go. Just gotta keep giving everything. He's giving me little tiny looks at him with these mistakes, and I'm expecting more, so I just gotta stay with it. Now we're properly close. We gotta stay here now. His final sector bailed him out again. He's so fast there. It's so clear. He's got like a 10th on me every time in the final sector. I thought I did a good one there too. He's so confident on the throttle once we start going left. Final lap. Car exited in the pit as well. 2 cars exiting the pit. This is now for a podium. It was really an excellent race. Such an excellent race for us, pace-wise too. After lap 7, every single lap was a push lap. Even though we never really broke 32s, and should have, it's still really nice laps overall. Yeah, thank you, Jordan. I'm pretty happy with that. Like 2 races into a stream, I feel like I'm still warming up until like 2 hours in, just about. So for the second race to be that smooth, and almost a podium from like wherever we started, 11th or 12th place, it's pretty good. We started way back, and then also had like a crazy battle with Barlu and Ifonde and Payne and Campo, where like I went through as they battled. I found a way through the center at turn 5. Nice job, Payne. Gonna make some friend requests. Yeah, he added me as a friend right away. Okay. I was gonna do it already. He got me already. That's how you make friends. Good clean racing. I never tried anything too crazy, but to be fair, his pace was too good. His final sector made sure every single lap that I wasn't able to get close enough. Because he was flawless in the final sector. Absolutely flawless. Okay, let's go enter the next one. I'm gonna add Serrano's alt account. He did not have a good race that time, it seems. Gonna add, this guy already got him. Barlu, I don't have. We got a minute to enter the race. I'm gonna do at least 2 more races, and then I have to go to work actually. I have work, I have a lot of work to do today. I have work from 4 to 8. And I wasn't even supposed to work today. I was told I wasn't supposed to work today. And then I got to work on Monday, and my boss was there. I'm like, yo, what's up? What's up? I'm here early. And he's like, hey, actually, you want to work on Friday? Can you help me on Thursday? I'm like, anything. How I always respond. Anything you need, I want to be the guy who helps. Should have told him you pay me more. You gonna pay me some more? You gonna make it worth my time? Because I could be home streaming instead of doing 4 hours of extra work just because I'm a nice guy, but we're gonna play the nice guy card and just show up today. That boss, I'm waiting to see like a contract from him for the new year. Like I should get a new contract for the fall and spring, where I was gonna make my demands clear again. I've already told him I want to get a raise from $47.50 per soccer team that I coach. From coaching 2 teams, I wanted a raise from $47.50 to $5,000 per team, so an extra $500. And I'm still waiting to confirm that. Knowing I did an extra day of work for him, he should be even more open to my demands here. Billy Bob, thank you for the like as well. Thank you, Billy. Welcome, Billy Bob. Jordan Man says he was racing last night, and on lap 13, his TV turned off on him. That's sad, man. I actually have had issues like that before. I had a TV a long time ago that used to turn off on me. A long time ago. When I lived in an apartment while I was in college with my buddies. And our TV would do like a 30-second reset. Pretty often. And I was playing Gran Turismo at the time, too. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 sec here before the race starts. Alright, we're good. Okay. Stream looks fine. Vertical stream still extremely dead. Plaka's here. Plaka's here as well. We've moved all the way up to P5, so a lot of people left the race. Like Payne is gone, Efonde is gone. All the people who were starting ahead of me are now no longer here. Significant amount of them left. So you would think that's going to make it even easier for us to get another P4 or better. Oh, you have a timer on your TV. I wonder if that was the issue with mine back in the day. I bought that TV for 20 bucks in the end. It was my roommate's TV. I'm like, can I buy it? A win would be tough, but not because I know Rosalind, aka Popcorn, on Twitch, the Italian driver. I know him really well, and he's not going to be easy to beat from 5 positions behind him. His pace is really good. So from this far back, I don't think a win's even on the cards. I think a podium, though, is likely if I work hard. Last race I showed I can work hard and stay consistent for a long race. We'll try again. The AMG having a problem right off the bat. AMG understeer. He's defending too. That was such a smooth corner. I gotta do it like that every time. A little different how I got on the throttle. A little delayed throttle. I've gone a bit wide there and opened it up too much. I was long side and then he had every right to close that one because I just didn't take the corner well. Oh my god, the AMG making sure our race is going to be even tougher now. The AMG just not willing to give up the spot, like fighting me so hard until he lost control. And now I have to lift and let everybody by me. At some point he needs to just let me have the spot instead of causing that. What's up, Wenchy? Wenchy. I was gonna go in the pit, but the cars ahead did, so I don't need to now. Wenchy, welcome back. I'm sure you've just seen what happened. Struggles with the AMG driver. Not doing his best to keep me safe. It was clearly an accident, but I think it's just, you know, that's what Key gets blamed for. He could have done a little more to keep me safe there, maybe. Just do a little bit more to make sure that people are safe around you. I think I have a 32.3 on my other account, on my American, and I could probably get a 0.1 or a 0.2 if I put a little bit of effort in. We kind of need to, because I'm not happy with like something like that happening to end my race at the beginning. Jordan, we'll see you. I will be back tonight, Jordan. I'm going to try to get on right after work. I'm going to be done at 8, so I won't be home until like 9-ish. Won't be ready till like 10:30, but that's not so bad. And then tomorrow morning, I actually have my first day of work as a teacher tomorrow. To go in tomorrow. No students yet. Just training tomorrow. And I have court in the morning for a traffic violation. So I can't even go to work first thing. I have to like find a way to like excuse myself and go later in the day. I sort of don't want to go in the pit yet. I believe if I do, I'm going to get held up by the guys who just went in. They should still be ahead of me, the cars who just pitted. I'm glad he's pitting. Take it out of my hands. Thank you. I mean, the traffic violation's not even a moving violation, though, Winch. That's kind of mean. I got pulled over for having no insurance or registration by a cop that was scanning, so I didn't even violate. I got scanned while I was at a red light and pulled over and given an $800 ticket, which is why I'm going to court for it. So I've had that same violation like 6 months before that, and I had a $50 ticket. And then in another town, a wealthier town, I got an $800 ticket. Whatever it was. For the same thing. The cops were not nice in the rich town. They were very mean to me. That's the only time I've ever been pulled over in such a way also where my plate was scanned. I have insurance and reg now on my Camry, and I will present that as like, hey, I have it, don't charge me $800, please. We don't got it. Not today. Wenchie, I am the smartest, calmest, safest driver on the road. I promise you, Wenchie. Honestly, Apex, that's what I thought. He's like, not in this town. That's what he told me. He's like, not in this town, we don't. What's up, Tiger Pro? It's okay. Honestly, I should have had it registered way before that. It saved me a lot of money not having insurance for like 2 years, honestly. with a mortgage and stuff like that, at one point I was paying like $300 a month in car insurance, and I just didn't renew it. And after this incident where I got the $800 ticket, immediately is like, okay, we're gonna go get insurance now. Enough of saving money. And I got my best rate I've ever had as an adult. I have $100 insurance a month. Up until recently, they raised it to $130. But still, the best insurance rate I've ever paid in my life. My progressive insurance, my limited liability, progressive coverage that I have. I used to pay like $350. It's quite extreme. Oh, he faked like he was gonna go in the pit. Come on, man. Why didn't you go in? You should have just went in, my friend. I think we're gonna get held up a whole lap by him. No doubt about it, really. He wants to defend. You can already see it. The signal's on. The defense is coming. There's no way I get an easy look here. Or is it? Or is there? How polite. I love that. Tried to make it clean. He's pushing me a little bit. I broke early in front of him a bit. I messed it up. I might have had a push. It felt like I just messed it up on my own. Now that I'm ahead, I'm not sure if I want to pit to avoid battling him, because he's just still so close. I'll probably stay out. I'm really happy he didn't defend that. I was expecting like a battle to the death over that spot right there, and he didn't do it, so I'm really happy about that. We're definitely going to stay out to the final lap, I think. I don't want to go in traffic at all. That's really nice. Wenshi, that's a cheap insurance per year. That's super cheap. That's affordable. $200 a year? What's that per month? That's nothing. $20 a month? Oh. I think he broke a little late. I'll blame myself though. I'm going a little slow now. I still want to stay out. What am I doing? Too close to the inside. And he followed me there. So since the previous lap, I lost like a whole second with that one. Really ugly lap. I lost some focus. It's okay. I'll be back tonight. I will be back tonight. Took a couple nights off, but tonight I will be here. Been trying to relax my last week of the summer. My last true week of summer ends tomorrow. No work Saturday, Sunday, actually. But soon I will work every Saturday, Sunday, pretty soon. This will be my last Saturday off until around November. And same for Sunday. Sunday is going to be every Sunday. Multiple soccer matches to coach, and they're going to be far away typically. But to me, that's not even work. Like, it's going to be fun. Get paid really well, and it'll be fun. Last year I had a 10-year-old team. Now I think I have a 9 and a 10, or a 10 and 11. I think is actually what it is. A 10 and an 11. Which for me, I think that's the easiest age to coach. Because they're pretty, like, engaged when you're telling them things. They want to be there for the most part. Any younger, any older, they might not want to be there as bad. I think at that age, everyone feels they have a chance to be the best. And works hard for it. By the time you hit high school, you kind of have an idea where you're at, where you stand. With athletics, with academics. What's up, Crooked? Hey, I've been loving the LMU streams. I watched your morning one yesterday. A little bit. And I didn't chat, but I was watching. Enjoying watching the LMU. You do a great job. Great driving. What's up, Gino? I'm still gonna pit at the end, guys. Remind me on lap 14. Give me a pit reminder on lap 14 if you can. We got taken out on lap 1 by a Mercedes AMG that didn't leave a lot of room and then bumped me off when he made a mistake. It's Philip. So if we finish ahead of Philip, that would be nice. 'Cause that's who took me out. I don't know where he's going to be in the grand scheme. Probably not possible. Steven, what's up? Thank you for saying hi in the vertical chat, Steven. Vertical chat has been extremely dead today. Hopefully later tonight my vertical streams do well, because that would be 3 bad ones in a row. 3 slow ones in a row after like 2 weeks of greatness and glory. Now we've had 2 really slow vertical streams, and I don't know why. Hello, Wadadley. Yeah, it's not YouTubing. YouTube's not YouTubing right now. What's up, Wadadley? I finally got online with Dadley. Sorry for 2 days off with Dadley. You know I'm chilling. You guys can always message me when I'm offline. I'm always going to respond. Would never ignore you guys. Anytime I take time off, I'm just resting. Most times, I'm just chilling. Tiger Pro, it's not even superiority. It's like domination. Horizontal domination. I can do one more race after this one, and then I have to get going to my extra day of work. Again, I was not scheduled for work today. But then my boss is like, hey, somebody bailed. Can you make it? I'm like, anything. Anything you need, ask me please. Make me the one you ask. I do the same thing to my coworkers also. I should think before I say that. When my coworkers at work as a teacher ask me for help, I'm like, anything. I shouldn't say that all the time. I'm too nice when it comes to helping out. At the end of the year, when we're packing up all the books and stuff and all the teaching materials, like, I literally did like way more than I should have done. People were like, why are you helping everybody? I'm like, why not? I'm here, right? It's my job to be here. I'm gonna be here regardless. I was talking to somebody else I know, another coach that I work with, that I'll see today. He's also a teacher at a different school. And we were talking about paraprofessionals, which is my role as a teacher. I'm a special education paraprofessional. And this other guy's a certified teacher. He's like, I've had paras that do absolutely nothing. He's like, I had this one para who had a newspaper and was like reading the newspaper when they're like supposed to be watching and supervising. Yeah, you should spam the box reminder real soon. Start spamming me with box reminders. I have a 10-year-old and an 11-year-old team, so that would be like 3rd and 4th, 4th and 5th. Depends when they're born. And the coolest part about that job is one of the kids that I coached last year, the parent was my actual tennis coach when I was a kid. So I'm coaching my tennis coach's kid from when I was a child. And he was like the best coach I ever had, somebody who I thought about forever afterwards, because they made such an impact on me, these two coaches I had. And when I recognized this, I'm like, oh my god, like I was like talking to the parent about my tennis career. I'm like, wait a second, you are the guy. You are the guy. That's why we have so much in common here with the story. You are the guy. It's so amazing. Yep, next lap. Next lap. Keep spamming. I'm gonna forget as I tell my story. And so then the next week after, I found out he was my childhood coach who made like a tremendous impact on me. The reason I'm a coach, the reason I coach the way I do is that guy. The reason I play soccer too, probably, because he was the first person to make me play soccer as part of our tennis training. Because he was a soccer player. And I remember all the stories he told me, but I actually don't. I know guys who have like UEFA licenses and all these these letter licenses from the US Soccer. I have none. You don't need them for anything. It's just a way to pay the organization that's giving the license. A way to make them some money. Sure, there's useful information to be learned, but do you need the license? No. It doesn't make you more experienced or anything by having that. The week after, though, that I recognized my old coach, his wife came up to me and invited me over to a party at their house because they were having a party for another coach that I had as a kid. There were two of them. It was Matt and JP. And Matt still coaches tennis professionally for professional players. And Coco Gauff is like the #1 American woman in the world. She's like #2 in the world in the women's side of tennis. And he coached her to a Grand Slam victory in the French Open this year. So that was back in May. And they invited me over to like the celebration for the Grand Slam win. I was like, oh my god, definitely gonna be there. I had the best time ever when I went there. It's like the highlight of my summer, hanging out with those people. A lot of old faces. Oh, of course, I think any man or woman in cricket, like, we're programmed to want that. Our species doesn't survive if we don't want that. The school I work at does have a soccer team. Even though I work at an elementary, I used to coach the high school team, and I no longer do because what I do now, the travel soccer, pays way better. Less hours and more money. I am ahead of the AMG that took me out, officially. The AMG that took me out is now behind me. That was the goal, to get ahead of the guy who took me out. We drove well enough. The worst part about coaching high school is the bus rides. Because I work all day as a teacher, and then I have to go take a bus ride to like the middle of nowhere, like an hour away, an hour back, sometimes, 45 minutes each way, whatever it is. And then I have to drive home another hour because the bus is not going to drop me off at my house if the away game's near my house. Like, because of the bus rides more than anything, I was ready to not do high school anymore. I just lived too far from the school. Where like, if we're getting back at 7 from an away game, I then have to drive home in traffic after that, and it's just not cool. There were some times where my assistant coach rode the bus instead of me, and I was allowed to just take my car. But even so, it's just a lot of extra, and I'm not getting paid more. I loved it though. Did enjoy coaching high school. What I do now is easier and pays better though. So we're sticking with travel. I think coaching 2 travel teams is probably less work than coaching 1 high school team. And I'll make twice the money. That's what I'm looking at this fall. Yeah, cricket, I'm very open to it, especially after becoming a soccer coach and then a teacher. I look at having kids way more optimistically than ever, knowing that like I would be a good parent. There's no doubt about it now. Before you have those experiences as a coach and a teacher, I think it would have been more scary for me to jump into something like that. Now that I've done this for 5 years, I know I'm professional childcare. I am certified licensed childcare. I believe in myself to do a good job, even if my woman other half is not picking up the slack. I even have a plan that if I really did it, I told Badadley, I would get multiple nannies or au pairs for sure, because I've seen in the district that I work at, it's pretty wealthy, and a lot of the parents have an au pair or 2, and I think that is like the meta strategy for raising children. You want a nanny for sure. If you can afford a nanny, it's better value than daycare, and they'll drive your kids around. It'll give you some breathing room as a parent if you have a nanny there. And I don't want to count on grandma or anything. We're gonna get a team of nannies plus grandma if grandma's down. My grandparents aren't around, so it'd be somebody else's grandma. No, it depends. You know, I think daycare is no better though with Dadley, and that's why I say that daycare is like a full mortgage. Daycare is even more. So I think the value of the nanny is way better. You might as well just get a nanny. You find someone who wants to take on that role, and I think that's the way to go. That dude never said sorry, huh? He didn't really have time to. I'm really happy with that P5 because we got taken out completely. Completely stuffed off the track at the 3rd to last corner. I got sent off to the right when it's a left, and I re-entered in last place and went straight in. No, I didn't go in the pit. I pitted at the end. From last to 5th is pretty good. This is the last race because, like I said, I've got to go to work, and got to be there at 3:30, and it's now 2 p.m. So I think if I'm done at 2:30, I can let my dogs out, take a deep breath, not jump out of my house, fly in the car. I'd rather give myself a little breathing room. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna use the bathroom too. This is the perfect time. Yeah, the government should regulate it with Dadley. I don't know what it's like in the East, but in Arizona, you aren't gonna find a nanny for less than. I've heard of nannies that'll work for like $500 a week. If you give them room and board, $500 a week is like typical. I think that's worth it. I'm back. Checking my phone. Thank goodness. YouTube finally paid me. I tried to go get some shopping done before the stream, and my YouTube check was sent by Google today. But it wasn't there in the morning, and I was like, damn, I'm going to have to go shopping after the stream now. But it is there now, thank goodness. Some money to get me through the week here. Alright, we're right behind Philip again. This is the last race. Work right after this. Yeah, Wadadley had a super sweet car. He had his M3. G80 Wadadley's gone now. No more G80. The G80 competition. What a machine. You had GR3 pace in your daily driver. My phone! Why is it doing that? Telling me no sim. I think I need to shut it off and turn it back on. The dogs come first. The dogs come first, Peter. Speaking of dogs, I gotta let mine out one more time. And pick up dog food on the way home, even though Petco might be closed. I can still get the food I get somewhere else. If I'm done at 8, that's like super late to be getting out of work. I get Origin dog food or like Whole Earth Farms, the two brands that I get. Nutrish, a couple of the brands that my dog will eat and enjoy. But Origin is the one that my old dogs back in the day used to like a lot, and I think that's probably the one I would get if it wasn't so expensive. The price just came down. It used to be like $100 a bag. Now it's like 70 again, where it should be. I have a Chow Pyrenees. Oh, he moved so late in front of me, this guy. I'm glad I paused as I said that, because that would have been an accident. He should not have moved back. If you're going to take the corner from the inside, then don't come back outside. That could have easily been me going right through the back of him. Oh my god, this car is like... I think I'm going to pit. I think we're going to pit lap 1 because of him. Already a little frustrated with my RCZ friend. We're just too close. Alright, actually I won't pit now because now we have clean air once this penalty ahead is served by the guy who took me out last race by accident. Pretty sure it was an accident. He just lost the rear of his AMG. Like he's losing the rear again. And he's on the racing line! Get off the racing line! What are you doing? In Belgium, they serve penalties on the racing line. I have a Chow Pyrenees and an Afghan hound named Harrison. Coda and Harry. I spent a lot of time with them the last few days. I think Harry had an accident a couple days ago, and I had to like wash his whole bed and stuff. The second time in a week that I had to bring him outside and clean it, like give him a bath outside again. He's older and he just like, he will take a dump sometimes and just like not get up. I don't know if he's not noticing it, like he's in his dog bed once in a while and he just like will not move, or if he does get up, he'll like smear it on the couch and stuff. You know, I have a couch cover and stuff, but he's pretty ridiculous with stuff like this. It's overwhelming for me, but also preparing me for future disgusting messes if I ever have kids. That dog has tested my patience with this stuff. But he's old, so I give him a break. I can't be too mad at him. I don't even think it's an age thing. I think he's just like, he has honestly been like a special needs dog his entire life. A lot of weird behaviors. Abnormal behaviors, so it's nothing. I don't even think it's old age. She just does what he does. Harrison is a very strange dog. They're my mother's dogs, by the way, as well. I didn't go out and get 2 dogs myself as a single homeowner here. They were my mother's dogs. And instead of giving them away when she passed, I decided to keep the home they were living in already, because that was the only way that they would not get given away, because I needed a place to have them if they were sticking around. What's up, Keith? Good one. Should be a good lap. It shouldn't be demoralizing, Wadadley. It should be the opposite. It should show you that it's not that hard and that you can do it. It takes a lot of concentration, obviously a lot of laps, but on controller it's harder too. In my opinion anyway. I know some people are controller masters and that doesn't apply, but I think for you, controller's probably not easier, even though you were pretty good at it. Wadadley also got rid of his wheel for the baby. That baby's a lucky baby. Rosalind's going so fast now. Crooked, I don't know if that's possible, Crooked. If you don't give me any help, I'm sure it'll be hard for me. I don't even think Alien is like a real thing. Like, I think of my fastest friends that set world records. I can think of any one of them. You know, Alien is like a term that is it almost like makes people think they can't get there, and that's why I don't like it. Anybody can get to that level. You gotta just work. I've seen how it's done. It does take a certain type of person, but you can train yourself to be that person. If you're not calm and cool and collected, you can develop that. Because it takes that a little bit. I'm gonna need to go a little faster if I want to catch these cars ahead. I'm gonna gain a couple tenths here. And for some people it'll be half that. It'll take less for some, more for some others. I think it takes me more than others, really, when it comes down to like the actual hours and minutes. So, you know, that's like the key thing, just being patient. I think these are two RCZs ahead of me, and they're both like drafting each other. So they just have that little bit more pace than I do on the straights. I lose them a little bit. What's up, Jay? Yeah, people say the same thing about soccer too, Benjamin. They're like, you need 50,000 touches on your left foot for it to be as good as your right foot. It's like really arbitrary. And while I think it's a good way to look at it, it's not true at all. It's gonna be a different number for every person, based on how disciplined they are. How much help they get. Obviously somebody who's brand new to the game, who works with me every day and sits with me and I help them non-stop, they're gonna take less hours to hit a good level than somebody who has no help at all and figures it all on their own. Takes it slowly, you know. So there's definitely, it's all about what you give. You get what you give, kind of thing, with the effort levels. Soccer's the same. It's really the same. A lot of sports, as well as driving, fall into the same sports metaphors and good habits are good habits in anything. I think the RCZ is a logical car for me to try. And I have experience with it as well. Because I drove it for Manu in the spring. I was official season driving for Peugeot last year, and it was great. I loved it. For you guys who were here, I'm sure you remember a little bit. I then drove it in like every daily race for a while too, because it was pretty good. All right, I'm going to work right after this race. Enjoy these final laps. I'll make them good. I'll make them good. I don't know if we're gonna catch these cars ahead though. And again, I'm going to work from 4 to 8, so it's like stupidly long. I'll be back at streaming again at like 9:30. And then I have to leave early tomorrow for court in the morning. So I'm not going to do a 2 a.m. stream or anything today. It's going to be normal length. I have court and my first day of teaching tomorrow for the school year. But no students yet. Just training for tomorrow. Mandated reporter training. PLC training, which is like like MMA moves if you need them to take down a student who's like becoming a danger to themselves and others. You have to like do holds and stuff. They train us on those. We do refreshers. I actually had to do one of those last year for the first time ever. I'm gonna be really nice. Let him go. I have respect. A lot of it for this guy. You know, he raided my stream one time on Twitch. I had Twitch going back in the day, and he raided me with like 300 people once. And the same moment he raided me on Twitch with 300 people, I had just hit the button to end my stream. I remember that very clearly. How nice he was. There was a situation last year, Crooked, where it was exactly that. Student was a danger to themselves and others, like, started hitting the teacher. And I was there, like, thinking, like, uh-oh, I've never seen this guy do this before. He's being kind of rude right now. And the hits became more and more aggressive, where, like, I'm watching the two female teachers try to deal with him. I'm like, hey, you want me to do something? PLC? Do you want me to try? Is this the time that I use these trainings? And they're like, yep, do it. I'm like, okay. First time ever doing this for real. And I could explain the hold that we did. I think it was the safest one. It was the right one to choose. There's like 4 or 5 of them. And there's like downward blocks, upward blocks, like essentially like defense if they're trying to take you out. And like all the things you should know before you try to do a hold. And the hold that I went for was one where you're like sitting down with them like on your lap, essentially. And you have one arm, you take one arm like that, other arm like that, and then you do the same with your legs. So your legs are like locked on their legs and your arms are locking their arms. So essentially, you look like a starfish, you're just holding them. But at that point, they can't like punch or kick, and you have to just watch for the headbutts. And there were some headbutt attempts that I was ready for, and I did not receive a headbutt from the child. And I probably had it in the hold for like 30 seconds until the principal and like everybody arrived. Like, they were losing control until I offered, like, hey, do you want me to do it? Like, the training? This is looking bad. That child's a big one, too. He's a kindergartner, actually. Which is super strong. He was landing hits on the back of his para that, like, made such a thud in her back when he hit her. I was like, damn, he got her good. It sounded like it hurt. Right in the back. A big old thud. And that's when I was like, hey, This is kind of out of control right now. Are we doing this? You want help? I'm here to help. Yeah. He's probably 120 pounds. 100-pound kindergartner, which is crazy. I believe he'll be back next year. I believe he'll be there next year. Some major behavioral issues. Not even with him, but also with some siblings and stuff. And he's a sweet kid too. Where like 90% of the time he's just sweet as could be. But there's some like little moments where he's like no, and gets really angry and like started swinging at teachers. Like they lost control of the situation with him that day. I think that started because he didn't want to sit down for like them to do the reading or whatever they were doing. He's like, nope, and just got up and like started going crazy. Hopefully I never have a situation again where I have to do that. But I'll get to do it to my coworkers tomorrow. Tomorrow they're gonna train us again. We end up like doing all the holds on each other with our coworkers, so I usually go with the same people every year when we do this training. And it gets a little like touchy with your coworkers as you like go through these different holds. You have to like get like close contact with people to train them. And I work with all women, so it's a little awkward for everybody, but we all do it. We all know how it goes. It usually goes by quickly too, even though it's like a full 7-hour day of like lectures and activities, training for the year. No, it's not, and that day actually stressed me out a lot. I remember telling James about my day that day, because James is one of my closest friends, and feeling pretty stressed out when I told him how my day went on that particular day. Let's hope I have a good assignment for this year. I might have a totally different assignment than expected. So we'll see what I get this year, what they give me. Serrano getting away from me a little bit as I told my stories here. My laps weren't that bad except for lap 10. It's kind of slow. I think that's the lap I let him by me actually though. It's not as fast as Serrano. Oh, my coworkers are so great too because they're all teachers. They're all very thoughtful, sweet, organized, well put together people. I have some amazing coworkers that I've never had better people to work with, honestly, never ever. I remember working as a car dealer at Toyota and selling cars as a sales and lease consultant, and my coworkers there were far from what I have now. They were annoying. Sold like 40 Toyotas in 6 months and then quit because the dealer had some really shady policies with the pay plan. And I remember one time going up to the owner and they're like, okay, this is true, I see the problem, go to the accountant will tell you the real deal with what you're talking about. There was like some shadiness in the pay plan and the accountant's like, no, it's supposed to be like that, the owner sets it up like that. I'm like, alright, let's go back to the owner. And they're like blaming each other like it's just shadiness. The pay plan at A1 Toyota, where I live, is not a good pay plan. Don't work there. I used to work 5 minutes from home at that place. And now I work an hour and 45 from home. But I like my job now more than the 5-minute away job. By a lot. Yeah, I was ready to like do whatever it took to make $100 grand in a year. Like, I really wanted to make some money back when I did that. That was 2019 and I hadn't made any money as an adult yet at that time, nothing significant. I was determined to grind it out no matter what it took, but then I realized this is probably not the place to do this. Anywhere but here would probably be an easier way to make money. Essentially there were no commissions no matter how many cars you sold. You would only get a bonus if you sold certain target numbers. Like you wouldn't get any commission at all unless you sold 10 cars, essentially. If you got 9 in a month, you get no commission. You just get your $500 a week flat rate. And if you sold 15, you sold 20, you sold more than that, you get like a different bonus. But there was always a reason for you to like be held back from getting one more. They'd be like, oh, we're gonna give that sale to such and such and make sure they get their bonus. We're gonna take that one from whoever. It became like a cheese situation where people would get easy sales and take it from others. And it just wasn't working out. Learned a lot though. You know what, Crooked? I wouldn't worry too much because as someone who worked as a car dealer, I think the used market is the only way to buy a car. And I think the car market for used cars right now, while it's kind of scary, it's really not bad, especially where I live in the Northeast. If you live in California or something and cars seem out of reach, come to the Northeast. We have some cars for you. There's a lot more options at reasonable prices. I see people in California willing to pay $20,000 for Toyota Sequoias like what I had. I had 2 Toyota Sequoias that are old SUVs, and people will pay like $20,000 for a 25-year-old truck that has 200,000 miles, and they'll post that in a group for Sequoias and be like, hey, is this a good deal? 250,000 miles for $20,000 on a 25-year-old vehicle. And they'll ask that as a serious question. I feel sorry for people in California if anybody feels that's value and has to ask that question. I bought my 2 Sequoias for $500 and $1,800. So I could technically buy like 20 more of them for the price of that one person trying to get the one. Could have a fleet of Sequoias. And they're all the same. If there's no rust, it doesn't matter where you bought it. If it's still got life in it, it has life in it. It doesn't matter where it's coming from. No, Benjamin, even my coworkers have come to me because they know they've seen my cars at work. And they've asked me, and I told one of my coworkers in the spring, and she bought the car too, check Marketplace for local cars. Like, I work in a really wealthy town, and anybody living in that town, I told my coworker, somebody who lives around here is going to take care of their car. You will find a good car if you look locally on Marketplace. And sure enough, she was looking because her son had totaled his car, and it was for her son, and she found some wealthy person who was running a Turo out of their home with like rented cars they were renting out, and they no longer wanted to do Turo, so they had a Hyundai Elantra with like low miles, really well cared for, and she bought it on Marketplace for like cash. You know, no fees for the dealer, no taxes, just straight cash. That's the only way to do it. You get a way better deal. No nonsense. Obviously, you don't have the service plan or the guarantees, but you're saving enough where you can take care of that stuff. And a lot of people who use Marketplace aren't like professional car salesmen either. So you get just nice people who will be like, yeah, I'll give you $1,000 off because you seem like a nice person. I've dealt with probably 10 or 12 different Marketplace sellers and only met one bad one that I didn't like. So I think Marketplace, buying a car secondhand is the only way to do it. Don't go to a dealer. Wasting time. Wasting money. Only go to a dealer if you have like a plan and you know exactly what you're going to get, what you want. Then I would say do it. If you have like an eye on the dealer's inventory and you're watching their inventory and there's like the car you want in some weird color they can't sell and it's been there for like 6 months or 3 months, I think that's when you go to a dealer, when you know you have some leverage on them, because they're always going to pull that card on you and try to leverage you into doing something you don't want. So when you go to the dealer and you know what their situation is, you know that car's been there way too long, that's when you should go to the dealer, because they'll end up giving you the deal because they don't want that car there for another 90 days. Look at the inventory if you're going to go to a dealer. Go look at their stock and find the one that's been there the longest. Usually there's going to be some orange car that nobody wants. Or some like green color that nobody's interested in. I'm ending the vertical stream. I got to go. Bye-bye, vertical. And I'm going to end the